Hello, my people. All right, I wanted to come in today, or not come in. I'm going to talk to you today on here about the three big mistakes you want to avoid when building your home. Okay, so I'm Joanna Bryant with Serene Living AZ, and realty and building a new home, that could be like unlike anything you've ever done. I mean, you're choosing between all kinds of things. Hey, what kind of flooring would you like? Did you want the wood paneling, or did you want carpet, or would you like us to paint the walls? Did you want an accent wall? Do you want your bathroom to have a bathtub or a shower? You got lots of choices. Lots of choices. But those are lots of potentially costly mistakes that you can make that we want to help you avoid as well. So the first one I would say is select the right lot. Make sure you're selecting the right lot. Make sure you're selecting one that's going to fit to what you want. Your square footage for your platform for your home, whatever that's going to be, as well as your backyard, your front yard. What's the setback going to be? That means there's usually a line in the property where you have the street line, but they want you to be a distance away from it when you build. So they don't want you building right on top of the street edge, So there's going to be a setback. Know what those are. Know what that leaves you remaining to actually build on, and figure out if that's going to be enough for what you need. Also, you're going to want to make sure you're looking at zoning. Don't just buy a property thinking all properties are equal. There are some that are actually zoned for just mobile homes, and there's some that are zoned just for stick builds, which you can also do the modulars as. They're kind of considered same as stick builds on the MLS. You're just building them like one room at a time. But there's differences in those that you have to make sure you're looking for. You want to know what you're getting into on that land. Is it in a floodplain? If it isn't a floodplain, then you got to pay for flood insurance. So there's a lot of little aspects we want to make sure that we're looking at when we find you the right property for your home to build on. And mind you, there are a lot of those out there. They have the plot already set out. They've got the neighborhood already lined up, and they'll tell you go out and pick which one you want. But just make sure it's the right one you want. Okay, so whether you're in one of those little organized areas or not, make sure it's the right one you want. Septic, sewer, what's the situation there? Things like that. All right, so you got to keep your budget in mind with this too. So when you're in there picking all your choices that you have, like, I definitely want the tile in there. Yeah, I want the backsplash to be all pretty, and I want a big bathtub with jets in there with double closets. Can we get 2 closets in there? Well, think about the additional costs. Make sure you're asking them, hey, what's the difference in my price going to be in having a bathroom this style versus this other style that you offer? What is the difference going to be if I want like another little bathroom? Say you're getting a 2-story, you're building a 2-story. What if you want a little bathroom downstairs? It's kind of just for guests. Your little half bath thing going on. How much is that going to add into the costs? So make sure you're looking at all of those different costs. And that kind of plays back to when I was talking about the land. Say you need to take into consideration a septic tank that's on the property. Your budget may not be playing into whether or not that's going, if you have an issue, basically. So you want to make sure you're prepared in that budget that if something goes wrong, say the septic tank is horrible, it's bad, you have to replace it, you need to make sure you have a little bit of space in your budget to make that happen, just in case. I mean, anything can happen. Just keep it that way. Like, give yourself a little bit of buffer. All right? So the last part I'm going to say is choose a good builder. That's really, really, really important. Make sure you have somebody who's not just going to be there, not just putting up whatever. You want somebody with a good reputation, who uses quality materials, who has a track record of doing an excellent job. Some of those, like I said, that are in the neighborhoods, you can kind of go around and look at them and see what they look like. And they have the builders set up and they know what they're doing with that. So you're just basically picking which house you want in the little plot zones. But if you're building out wherever you want, you just choose one wherever you want to be outside of a neighborhood. I want to live up on the mountainside so I can overlook everybody. Sunrise and sunsets are beautiful that way anyway. I would totally do that too. There's a lot of things to take into consideration, and choosing a builder that has quality material, quality workmanship, who's available as soon as you need him to be, or as soon as possible, and who can do this job in a timely manner. You don't want to end up with somebody who's just so swamped either. They may be super good, but they're like 2 years out now because they're just, people want them to build their houses, and there's just a whole list of people. You don't want to be at the end of that list. So take these things into consideration. I really hope this helped somebody, anybody, with making a decision and choosing what they're going to do, or just feeling confident in walking into one of these places, or calling up a realtor and saying, hey, this is what I want to do, but I want to make sure that these things are taken into consideration. What else might I need to take into consideration is a good thing to ask your realtor if you speak to them. When you speak to them, hopefully. I highly recommend you find one. I highly recommend a realtor, not just a real estate agent. There is a difference. We're members of the National Society of REALTORs and the Arizona Association of REALTORs, and here our local Bullhead City Association of REALTORs. Mojave Valley Association. But anyway, talk to somebody, call them up if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to help you. My name is Joanna Bryant. I go by Joe, usually, most of the time. And my phone number, here it is. Are you ready? My phone number is 928-298-98. I messed it up. Okay, we're going to start over. My phone number is 298-928-5951. I swear I know it. I swear. Yeah, I swear. All right, guys. I really hope to hear from you guys. I'd love to answer any of your questions or help you out, whatever you're looking for. If you needed to build, if you're looking to sell your home and then build one, and you need to work out a contingency plan so that you don't end up homeless in the middle of that, I would love to help you there too. These are big things to take into consideration when you're looking to sell or build your own new home. All right, guys. Again, I am Joanna Bryant with Serene Living. 928-298-5951. I did it right that time the whole way through. All right, guys. Have a great day.